Listen, this year is gonna be different. I know you've probably heard that and said that before, that last year was gonna be different, or the year before, but they weren't. Everything ended up being the same. You had your New Year's resolutions, you worked on them for about a week, and then it got too hard. You convinced yourself that you could never achieve that dream that you wanted to achieve. Well, we're done with that. We are not gonna have that happen again. And I'm not just allowing you to just walk away from your dreams like that. Your dreams matter. You can do whatever you set your mind to. I strongly believe it. And you are not going to let this be another repeat of last year. You are gonna do that thing. And you're going to build up your dreams because you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. So, let's get into it. Now, I have my little handy dandy iPad so I can pull out my notes so I don't forget what I'm going to talk about today. By the way, I've tried to film this twice.
And the last 2 times, the first time I filmed it, there was no audio. And the second time the first time I filmed it so ridiculously close to my face. And the second time I filmed it, there was no audio because my mic died. So, the fact that you're seeing this right now is a big deal.
Here is how to actually lock in for the new year and actually do what you said you're gonna do. Number 1 is to cast a specific vision. A captain needs to always keep in mind its destination. You can't just be going on through life like, I think I wanna become healthy. Well, what does healthy mean? How will you ever know if you've become healthy? Healthy compared to what? Healthy compared to who? Healthy compared to your old self? Maybe that's what your specific plan has to be, that I'm gonna be healthy compared to where I was. Whatever you do, try to come up with a specific thing that's super measurable. Maybe you'll say, I want to start eating a clean diet. Or maybe it's that you get in the gym every day 3 times a week. Or maybe that you can lift a specific milestone. But whatever you do, cast a specific vision. Shoot big and shoot for something that's really going to be a challenge, but also you know that you can do, even if it's gonna be really hard. Like you see the light at the end of the tunnel. Every New Year's resolution, something that you could actually say that you accomplished that goal for sure. You would have no doubt in your heart because it was measurable. For me, when I was running, my goal was I wanna run a marathon. It wasn't I wanna be a fast runner or I wanna be a good runner. It was I wanna run a marathon. Even though I wanted to because I wanted to be a fast, healthy runner. Maybe it's I wanna have all A's, but just cast a vision. And while you're at it, make a vision board. I know, people say this is so cheesy, but I swear it works. I've done this the past 3 years, and every time I keep the board in my room where I can see it every single day, and then it ends up happening. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. As long as you're making sure to routinely invite God into whatever you're doing and not idolize it. Don't idolize it. No, don't do it. Don't do it. I see you, stop. Number 2 is to make the vision digestible. So often we'll choose a big extravagant goal, which is great. That's awesome, good job, cheers to you. But we are just like, okay, I'm just gonna do that goal now. Now? If this is a big goal, it shouldn't be easy to do right now. You should be able to make it digestible. When I was planning on writing my book, which I wrote the first draft for this year, I decided instead of being like, okay, so every day I'm gonna write a whole chapter, or every day I'm just gonna like pour out my heart and write until I can't write anymore, or I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. and then write for 2 hours and then I'm gonna go to school. I just said, I'm gonna write 500 words. That's about half a page. And every single day, I just decided to write 500 words. Even on days where I was drop dead exhausted, I was like, well, I'm just gonna hustle through and write 500 words. And making it digestible like that kept me from being overwhelmed. And I ended up finishing my book relatively fast, which is awesome. Try to break it down into smaller and smaller and smaller steps. Even if it takes longer, it's better for it to take longer but still do it than not do it at all because it was too hard to do fast. One thing actually that can help me a lot with this is using ChatGPT. Really good use of AI is to ask like, hey ChatGPT, I want to, or a person wants to XYZ, give me the step-by-step process to getting there. And then just slowly follow the step-by-step. Also make sure you plan for days that you can't. There will be times in your life where you can't show up for that thing every single day. Maybe there's an emergency, maybe you're sick, maybe you have a broken limb or something, or maybe you're just tired and you're just not gonna be able to do it because your energy just isn't there. or it's finals week. Find a way that you don't have to do it every day. I think that's why so many people fail things like the 75 hard, where it's like, you show up every day no matter what. Okay, well, what if I had a whole day that was planned from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. and everything that day was filled up and time slotted with something to do? How am I supposed to get my 2 hours of running in or my 2 hours workout in? Like, that's not realistic and that's not possible. It literally isn't possible. And so, just find a way. Give yourself room to have at least 1 to 2 days a week where you don't have to do the thing. Especially, I'd recommend utilizing not doing it on your Sabbath, because prioritizing your Sabbath is so important. The Sabbath is one of the 10 commandments, guys. Like, that's crazy, and we ignore it all the time. Okay, number 3 is how to make your habit addictive. Now, this is a game-changing hack that's been amazing for me. There's so many ways you can make it addictive, but if you can make it addictive, it doesn't even feel like you don't need to have that like sort of grind every day where it exhausts you and wears you down. You honestly don't want those types of habits in your life. So the best way to have them is to make them more enjoyable. One way I love to do this is gamifying it. Maybe like every day I do my homework, get 1 point. And once I get 10 points, I can go to my favorite bakery and get a little treat. Making like a little punch card. Like, I've seen people do that before and that looks so fun. Or even like, I know this sounds really silly, but like those charts that they have you do when you're a kid, I tried doing one of those one time when I was so overwhelmed with how much stuff I had going on. It was so fun. I was so addicted to it. Also, reward yourself afterwards immediately. This will help a lot because if the activity you're doing produces a lot of serotonin in your brain will start to associate it with having fun and relaxing the same way it associates maybe video games or binge eating. I mean, for me, running long distances is just as fun, if not more fun, than playing video games. But maybe like that'll be what you're able to do with your homework or with whatever you're doing. Just make sure you reward yourself right after. Boost your serotonin as much as possible while you're doing your activity. If you can play fun music, if you can add some cuteness to it or some sort of aesthetic that you love somehow. Say you're doing your homework and you always go to a cafe and it's super dark academia and fun and whimsical. You're gonna wanna do your homework so much more. But find every possible way to make it as fun and serotonin filled as possible, and it'll start to just naturally be associated with having fun, with relaxing, which is amazing. Number 4 is mindset tricks. One of my favorites is you can do it badly, you just have to do it. If you feel like, you're about to give in and you're about to fail what you're doing, just tell yourself you can do it badly, you just have to do it. I think so often when we say we're out of energy to do something, we're out of energy to give 100% while doing something. But you can be like, I can give it my 10%. You can do your ab workout and skip the last rep of each workout or something if you really just can barely do it and that's the only way you can get yourself to do it. But just do it because it'll still add up. Do it. Even if it's hard, even if you can't give it your 100%, give it your 5%, but just get it done. Also, when you're about to quit, just say 10 more minutes. Like, this is crazy. If you're about to be like, I can't do this anymore, which happens. It happens to us all. Just say 10 more minutes. Just set a timer on your phone for 10 minutes and be like, okay, I just gotta work on this for 10 more minutes. And trust me, it works like a charm. Sometimes when you hit that point, it's because you've hit a wall and you got out of a flow state. Flow state is basically what happens when you work, and it's the part where you feel focused, and it's the part where you have ideas and you're coming up with stuff and you're doing stuff and you're getting stuff done. And it has a bit of a time limit. And so sometimes if you're doing a really long work session, then you run out of your flow state and you need to take a 5-minute break to reset your brain. But then when you come back, you're still out of flow state. You just have more bandwidth. And so just saying 10 more minutes is so important because you just need to be in motion. It's like that law that says an object in motion stays in motion. I think that can sometimes be the same way with us. And so if we're just in motion, we'll stay in motion. Also, a really good hack is to be a student. So if there's something that you want to get good at, Don't just do it over and over. That's fine. You'll learn stuff that way, but you're not going to learn stuff as fast. You're going to find yourself progressing a lot slower than if you stay a student. And with so many resources out there, you can basically master whatever you want. Check out YouTube, look for video resources and video courses and learn about it. Read articles, read books, ask people who you know are successful in the habit or the goal that you're trying to achieve, and try to learn as much as you can about this thing. Also, the more you learn about something, the more excited you'll end up being about this thing. It's really weird. Also, look at trends among people who are successful. Like, what do they all have in common? And then try to find ways to do those things yourself. And you'll find yourself naturally becoming like a pro. 6, the most important. You can't do anything else in this video, any other goal without this one, which is have God be all throughout what you're doing. Have Him be the first thing on your mind when you're doing it, the last thing on your mind when you're doing it. Have Him be all throughout whatever you're working on, because God is the creator of the universe, and if He will bless you if you are doing something that exalts Him and glorifies Him and helps and benefits His kingdom. Find any way to tie it into your relationship with Jesus. Maybe it's through adding scriptures to whatever you're doing, or listening to worship music while you do whatever you're doing. But just make God a part of it. If God's not a part of it, then what's the point? What is the point? Find a way to make God a part of it. You can. And if there's absolutely no way, it's probably sinful. Praying over whatever you're doing or inviting God to be a part of it is so important. And with that is 6 tips and strategies for how you can actually lock in this year and actually do what you want to do. If you like this video, please make sure to subscribe. I worked really hard on it, and I'm so grateful for you. You're such a blessing. I love you, and Jesus loves you more. Okay,